Hey guys, this is Jen from ScanNCut Canvas and Scout Help on Facebook. I want to show you how to put this into this shape utilizing Canvas. I just finished the Shortcuts a Lot video and now I am using Canvas. But I want to show you first, when you're bringing something like this in that has multiple lines, I want to show you something. Okay, so I went and pulled it out. First, unclick that paste image on the drawing area. To me, it should default to this and not that. That's my own opinion. Trace areas by color. Okay, so that gives us pretty much everything except for these 4 little dots here. And that's fine because I really don't want my blade train to go in and get them. So I'm going to click OK. And that's going to bring it up to be just ganja. But the important thing is every time I come here and I work in Canvas, every single time, without fail, I stop what I'm doing and I look at these lines, okay? You should see a difference right now. The outside line is a nice light color and all of these are super dark, which tells me there are multiple layers of cut lines. Anytime you try to do something in there, any of these process overlaps, you're going to get into trouble, okay? So what I need to do first is I need to come in here and start turning on color, okay? And the one I'm going to grab first is this outside little layer here, okay? Because we need to figure out if this little outside single layer is all we need, or we need to start doing subtracting and stuff like that. Nope. This outside layer is exactly what I need, so I need to move that out of the way. Just like that. Come in here, highlight all of this, and delete it. Okay? If you don't, and you try to do your process overlaps, okay? You try to do any subtracting, any welding, anything like that, it is going to throw an error out telling you that there's a line overlapping, the errors like that, and that gets so frustrating, okay? Also, with this little dog, let's turn some color on for him too, because he truly is filled, okay? So there's a fill. That's important when we start working with, oops, what am I doing? With this right here. No. I always forget where this is, because it hides down here on me. We need to come into our offset, okay? Let's take this way up. You know what? Let's set it at 2 inches. No, not. Is it even going to allow me to go 2 inches? Nope. Well, that's about hanky. In Shortcuts a Lot, you can go 2 inches. Okay. I'm going to put him over there. See if that's big enough. No, I need him to be bigger. Okay, so I went back into the little offset and I sat there and pushed the up button. It's 1.20 is the max you can go, so that's going to have to be good enough. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, I'm going to click on shape, and I need to duplicate this little guy, so I have a duplicate sitting right here. Alrighty. Let's take this over here. Okay. Lost that because the big one is sitting on top of the little one. Okay, there we go. Now, let's take this one to the top, and now it should be correct. Alrighty. And the reason I turned the eye off is so I could clearly see and not touch any part of the mandala when I was selecting. Oh, dog. Okay. Come over here and do subtract. And the reason that I tried to blow that outline up as much as I could was to get this excess away from the dog as far as I could. Okay. Now I'm going to double click. Hopefully, come on. And try to bring up the node so that we can node edit all of this junk out of here. Now you can node edit it out, or you can lay shapes on top of there and do your subtract, which the way this is running, that might be easier. Okay, so the computer or the Canvas program is still trying. Well, it was still trying, and then it decided to stop. So let's see, let's just go with its shape. No. It's kind of doing its own thing. This is a frustrating thing with Canvas. This does tend to happen a lot. And this is the offline program. This is not the online. Alright, I'll come back when it wants to play. Okay, so it did come back up. And I was able to highlight all of those that are in light blue. And no. Now I'm going to hit the minus sign. That looks like an airplane coming at you with the minus above you. So I'm going to hit that. Maybe. Nope. Now come back when those are gone. Okay, so that one has now disappeared. Let's try to highlight this one. Remember, go until your box either stops or you accidentally, see, I have to back it up. There we go. Don't want to select any of your original design. Now come up to the airplane flying at you with the minus sign and hit delete and wait for it to work. Okay. And another thing, nope, it does not have the okay. I was going to say sometimes, but this isn't shortcuts a lot. You can't break it apart and then go after them like that. Oops. Just keep deleting and then waiting and then going back, making sure you get everything. Then when you've gotten everything, we'll come right back to it. Whew, okay, so there, that's what you will end up with, all right? Or if you want, let me see if I can put the pieces back. Okay, so let's put the pieces back. If you don't feel comfortable messing around with nodes, let's bring up our shapes, okay? Now, again, these shapes look hollow. That is very deceiving. They are not hollow. They are filled. Okay, so we got to be careful there. We can bring this one all the way across. All right. You can duplicate or you can just add more, whatever you choose to do. Just make sure that it does not touch your design that you are keeping. Okay. Okay. You can click in place or you can drag over, whatever you choose to do. All right. And this one. Is on the bottom, so okay. Yep, there's a little piece right there. Okay. Edit. Select all. It'll capture my other dog over there. Alright. So let's get to our doggy that's sitting over here. The reason that we have this little guy, okay, is so that we can make an outline around this one. Let's see how big he is. 7.7. Okay, so there we go. Alright. Now I want to show you how to trim this out so that if you want to, and this is only if, so if you just want to learn how to make the mandala into the center or into the shape, you've just learned how to do that. And again, it does not have to be a mandala. It does not have to be a mandala into a dog. It can be all over design that you've made into the shape of like an elephant or an eggplant, a heart, a star, whatever. It's taking a shape or a design, a pattern, and transferring that into another shape. That is what this video is about, okay? Now what I'm going to do next is show you how to put an outline around that design, okay, utilizing this shape. Okay, so this was done by doing your little duplication point. Oh, let's do an 05. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks good. And let's see, remember we'll go to the, just click on the top and that sits on the top. So let's drag this up because we want the, whatever sits on the top here in your layers sits on the top of your page. Okay, so out here, I need this little black dog to actually sit on the top too. Okay. Now I'm going to come here and do my subtract. There we go. There's my outline. Let's change his little color. You guessed it, to my favorite. Come on, little thing, move for me. Oh, you know what? Let me take it to a green. Get me halfway there already. The wilder, the better. Okay. So let me get you close. Okay. So there is technically my outline around my dog, and I can leave it like that, or you can weld. You can see I need to actually come in here to blow it up a little bit in order to capture all the edges appropriately. Okay. And how you can handle this is you can either grab your inner part or the outer outline piece. And I'm going to grab the outline because that is smoother. If you go in and you try to blow up the inside piece because of all of the pieces, that can create a headache for you. But it is fully up to you. You can go in and try both and then just use your undo button. But I'm going to grab this little fellow right here. Oops. Offset, let's go, yeah, let's leave it at 0.06. I'm doing okay. Okay. All right, now technically, I should be able to come in and just weld, right? Welding will get me everything because I have a hollow outline, hint, hint, and my green one. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Nope, there's an error code. Well, let's pull this out here and let's take a look. Okay, So let's get rid of that guy, and let's just do these two, and let's slap them together. And let's see. Well, holy cow smacks, where'd it go? That inside and outside line should have gave me my weld, right? No. I'll show you what you have to do and what you can look for if that ever happens to you. So here's our inside and outside line. This is why I say color can be very important and why you should turn it on. Let's give this a pretty blue. That is what you are welding into. And remember, a weld is a melt. So I'm putting this in here and clicking the melt button, and it's melting together, and that is why it is giving me a solid one. Okay. So what do I need to do to get that outline correct? I need to come back here and click subtract, and I can see that my little one was laying on top. That's what gave me that outline. Okay. This one down here, we're just going to get rid of it because we already moved it and don't need it. Okay. Let's do middle. We are good to go. Now let's click our weld. And there it is, everything all together. We can come in here. We can turn off our color and see that all of our lines are now successfully joined. So there is how to turn a shape into another shape and also how to put an outline on it. If you have any questions, feel free to join me on my group. Anyway, the link can be found in the description of this video. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.